Hi everyone, it's Terry here from nutsaboutsstamping.com. In today's video, I'm going to use the Beautiful World bundle and I'm going to show you how to create a very unique card layout. I don't know about you, but in the past year or so, I've started to look at different shapes of cards, different card folds, and so on and so forth. But this past week, I stumbled across this Facebook group that is all about slimline cards. And here's what a slimline card looks like. And I'm going to show you how to make a slimline card using the Beautiful World bundle. So your card base for a slimline card is very different. You're going to cut it, well actually you're going to take an 8.5 by 11 sheet of cardstock and you're going to cut it so that it's 8.5 by 7. Then you score it at the 3.5 mark and you end up with a card that's this shape. And this is why I think they call it a slim line card. I don't know who came up with this whole layout, but these fit into a legal envelope as opposed to a letter envelope, and they don't require extra postage. So that's the beauty of learning how to make this style of card called a slimline card. If you do a Google search, you will find, or a Pinterest search, you'll find a few samples, but not many. So let's start a new craze. So I have used my card base as early espresso, and to that, I'm going to add a strip of the World of Good Designer Series paper. Let me get my snail. And I'm going to attach that to my card base. And it'll just make a really nice visual layout or layout background for my card. The next thing I want to do is a bit of stamping. So from the Beautiful World stamp set, I have taken one of the phrases and one of the globe, or the globe stand, and I'm going to ink them up using early espresso. And then I am going to die cut them out using my die cutting machine. And I'll show you in a second. So there's my phrase and my globe stand, and yes, there is a die for the globe stand. And in the world map dies, there is this circle die. So then what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna set my ink aside for a second. There's also some dies that are the world. So there's the Western Hemisphere and the Eastern Hemisphere. And I'm going to take, since I'm going to be die cutting, what I want to do is I want to die cut each one of these globes using the brass foil sheets that comes in the World of Good bundle if you buy the entire bundle. So I'm going to die cut the phrase, the stand. I'm going to die cut from the foil sheet each of the hemispheres. And then there is this little swirl, and I'm going to die cut 2 of the swirls from the brass sheets. And then, lots of die cutting. I'm going to die cut a layer for under my phrase from the early espresso cardstock, and this is from the Layering Circles dies. So I'm going to bring in my Big Shot, and I'm going to get everything set up. I might have to do a couple of passes through, and then what I'll do is I will come back and I will show you all the bits and pieces that are going to result of this pass or 2 passes through my Big Shot machine. So I'll go ahead and do my die cutting and I will be back in a second. There we go. I've got all the pieces die cut and ready to assemble for my card. So I think I'll start with the phrase. You can start with whatever suits you. And I'm going to just adhere my phrase flat onto the early espresso scallop layer using my snail. But I think for the world globe pieces, I think what I'll do is use some mini Stampin' Dimensionals. I love anytime I can to give a little bit of lift to my card front. I think it just adds an interesting touch. So I'm going to layer this on here like so. And then I'm going to do the same for the other hemisphere. Okay. And let's see if a third one will fit. I don't really think I need 3, but I'll put one on each continent. Like so. And then I'm going to layer this onto the brass circle. So I've got those ready. And then let me just put this aside for a second. And let's bring in the card base. So I think what I will do is I want to make sure that these are sort of along the same line. So I think what I'll do is I'll start with my middle one, which is the phrase. And this one I'm going to actually adhere all of them flat. Like so, and then I will put some snail on the back of this one. And this one will go like so. It doesn't have to be perfect, but you want it to be visually interesting. And sort of trying to keep the same distance. I think that looks pretty good. And then I'm going to bring in the stands. I could pop up the stands, but I don't think I will because the world, or the world on each one, or the globe, is already popped up. So I don't need to have that much visual interest. Like so. And then, after I had finished die cutting, I had a look around at my embellishments, and I realized that I have this early espresso ribbon. It is gorgeous ribbon. And I think it would be nice, since I've got the 2 stands, to add the ribbon at the bottom of my phrase. Again, just sort of to pull everything together visually. So I'm using a mini glue dot, and I just pressed the knot onto the dot and pulled it off. And then I'm going to add it like that. And then I've got these 2 swirls. And I think what I'll do, I don't know. I would like to add the swirls. I might add them like that. And what I'll do is when the video ends, I'll use my multi-purpose liquid glue, and I will attach the swirls. I haven't decided yet how they're going to look on my card, but I will figure that out, and I will finish off my card. And then if you want a photo of the final product, you can look over on my blog, www.nutsaboutstamping.com, and I'll have a description of the card and all of the layers that you need to cut in case you have the World of Good product suite at home and you want to try one of these unique slimline card ideas. If you don't have the product suite and you would like to purchase it from me, I will link to my online store in the description underneath this video. So you can just click on the link. It'll take you over to my store, and you'll have all the product numbers obviously throughout the video. You can write down what it is you want to purchase and go ahead and place an order. I'm Terry. I am Nuts About Stamping. I hope you'll create something unique today too. Bye for now.